information on how prayer in school got kicked out and what people are doing to try to get back in.
Good morning, this is News 13. I'm Tiana Gomez.
I'm Cynthia Perez.
And I'm Deanna Romansky. Coming up, do you think prayer in school should be allowed?
With all these recent school shootings happening, do you think prayers in school should be brought back?
Well, the question is, why did they take it out in the first place?
Well, in 1963, a woman named Madeleine Murray O'Hare did not want her son to participate in Bible readings at school. She took this case all the way up to the Supreme Court and even won. She then became the most hated woman in America.
O'Hare was an atheist, but she was not always atheist. Before, she was Roman Catholic, but when her marriage ended, that's when everything went down the hill.
One of her quotes, and I quote, was, "There is no God, there is no heaven, there is no AT double hockey sticks. There are no angels. When you die, you go on the ground. The worms eat you."
That is a very strong, powerful quote by O'Hare.
But even after O'Hare, people still went to courts. And there were plenty of court cases involving prayer in school. Some were good and some were bad.
Like the Everson versus Arkansas case, where Everson didn't want textbooks that dealt with human evolution. He felt that evolution touched on religion. This case happened in 1968.
Then in 1985, the Wallace versus Jeffrey case, this case tried to push silent school praying or the moment of meditation or voluntary prayers out of school.
Well, even before that, in 1948, the case of McCollum versus Board of Education, this is when the Jewish, Roman Catholic, and Protestant faiths formed a voluntary association called the Champaign Council on Religious Education. They offered to get religious instruction back into public schools.
But then in 1953, the Angel versus the Vitale case, and this was when the Board of Regents wanted voluntary prayers for recitation at the start of each school day, but then was denied in 1954.
And one of the most recent cases involving school prayer was by a 16-year-old, yes, a 16-year-old girl named Jessica Alkis in Rhode Island wanted a banner taken down in the school's auditorium. The banner had Our Heavenly Father in it, and she felt like she was not part of it, and she didn't want to be any part of it, and she felt out of place. This has been in the school since 1963, and Alkis won the case, and the banner was taken down.
Well, at least some people are trying to get prayer back into school, just like the Abingham School District versus Shemp case of 1962. The Pennsylvania School District required that before class, each student was required to read 10 verses of the Bible and recite the Lord's Prayer. Although they were required to do so, if their parents weren't comfortable with their student participating in these activities, they could write a letter to the school and they would not be able to participate.
The Republican vice president nominee in the 2012 election, Paul Ryan, supports public schools having prayers in public education areas. A volunteer asked Ryan if he supports giving states the right to allow prayers or pledges in schools, and Ryan's response was that he did support it.
That's all today. Stay tuned until next week for our case on how lipstick can affect what people think of you. Thank you.
Have a great day.
Coming up later on Tiger News at 11, find out more information on the Sandy Hook school shooting. Also find out what is being done to prevent future public massacres. Do you think teachers should be allowed to hold a weapon in the classroom for safety only? Also, earlier this year, Early College of Horry County had a recent talent show. We have interviews with some of those talented students coming up. Stay tuned to find out if book bags help or stress out a student and the new book bags that are being created for these academic achievers to help keep their back from being so sore. Could art in school increase academic behavior? Listen from an Horry County Early College High School student and hear her research about it. Coming up on Tiger News at 11.